Weather Network local forecast.
This one-minute report features the short-term and long-range forecasts for your region. Coming up in 5 minutes' time, a report on pollen levels in major centers across Canada. It's one of the exclusive reports you'll find here on the Weather Network.
You're watching the Weather Network, covering weather and environmental issues 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, exclusively on cable.
Time now to check on weather affecting various regions of Canada. The Maritimes will be cloudy with showers this afternoon, while southern Ontario will see clouds with breaks and scattered showers or thunder showers. It'll be cool across the prairies, but mainly sunny and seasonal for BC's south coast. Gary Ryan is here with more information.
Thank you very much, Frank. Let's focus on our conditions over the past half a dozen hours or so. This gives us an idea of what things have been like up to this point, and we still have cloudy, showery weather, and, well, in some cases, snowy conditions are dominating Newfoundland, but it's a little bit nicer in St. John's. They've got a southwesterly wind gusting at about 44 and a temperature of +8, so that's not so bad. We have also mostly fog reports coming out of the Maritimes right now. Quebec and Ontario's eastern regions are under the threat of some thunderstorm activity, and there's a watch in effect to that effect. Up in the northern areas, still some light snow is falling, and temperatures are -4 degrees in Timmins and Geraldton and Kapuskasing. It is cool, too, as we move across the prairies, but it gets a little bit better, struggling up to 2 in Winnipeg, and as we get further and further west, it gets milder and milder. There is little in the way of precipitation, only some isolated reports of precipitation. There is a more significant system. You can just sort of see it edging into the Queen Charlotte's. We'll give you a better look at that one in just a moment or so. First of all, there is our cloud. This is the fog reports we've been getting from Shearwater, Sydney, drizzle and fog, St. John, New Brunswick also has reported some fog too. Back through Ontario we go, and this is what is bringing about the severe thunderstorm watch. This is the line here continuing to advance. There's a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for Ottawa, Hull, Cornwall, and I understand the storm line has been very busy with those of you from Ottawa calling to tell us that you're already hearing the thunder, and it is showing up in our statistics also. So that's what's happening there. It's been clearer across the prairies, as we mentioned, a little high cloud over Alberta, and this disturbance right here is going to be the next one to push some cloud over, mostly tomorrow.
Across BC, and with that we have heavy rain again for the southwestern regions of Vancouver Island, between 50 and 100 millimeters of rain. In Whistler, 15 to 25 centimeters of snow, and between 5 and 10 in the eastern parts of the lower Fraser. In the prairie regions, we have some cloud moving into Alberta with a warm front that extends as far as southern sections of Manitoba. Back in Alberta, along the mountainous regions of Calgary and Lethbridge, we have the wind warning that continues, winds at 60 to 90 kilometers per hour, up to 100 in parts of Lethbridge. In central Canada, we have some activity off of the Georgian Bay, as well as Lake Huron and the eastern sections of Lake Superior, with the snow squall warning or watches in effect. Anywhere between 10 and 15 centimeters of snow in a snow squall, and this will continue through the night. And there's also a cold front that is slowly heading for Toronto through the night, so snow squall advisories in effect for most of central and eastern parts of Ontario, a couple of centimeters before sunrise.
Our national report also provides the conditions within the past hour in major cities across Canada. This Weather Network report includes latest conditions for major American centers. Coming up next, your detailed local forecast.
Thanks for joining us on Canada's Weather Network. I'm Al Dubois. Snow squalls are expected to persist in parts of Ontario Wednesday. but Thursday should bring a return to more seasonal conditions, and a return to seasonal temperatures can be expected across the prairies. For a closer look at conditions across the country into the weekend, join me this hour for the long-range outlook. Stay tuned. Your local detailed forecast is next. And now the national picture for Wednesday, which will include the jet stream. And Wednesday, by the way, will be relatively mild across the prairies, while winter-like conditions will prevail in central Canada and the Maritimes. From southern BC, the jet stream will rise over the prairies and then fall below the Great Lakes region. It will be cool across southern BC with temperatures a few degrees below normal. Temperatures will be several degrees above normal across the prairies. It will be cold with scattered flurries in central Canada, and temperatures will be well below normal in the Maritimes. And now let's take a look at the systems that will be affecting Canada on Wednesday as they travel from west to east. And a frontal zone hovering off the BC coast will mean rather cloudy conditions once again for most coastal regions of BC, with a chance of some flurries in the inland regions and some flurries as you get close to Alberta, but fair weather south of this low-pressure system in Alberta and Saskatchewan, with a little more cloud in Manitoba with the passage of this frontal zone. And in central Canada, unsettled weather will continue in Quebec and Ontario, with chance of flurries just east of Lake Superior, Georgian Bay, Huron, and Lakes Erie and Ontario, mainly because of the west-northwesterly winds. Rather cloudy with breaks in the Ottawa Valley in southern Quebec, and variable conditions in the Maritimes with a chance of flurries around the southern sections of Nova Scotia and just off Cape Breton. Cloudy in most of Newfoundland with some breaks through parts of the day in St. John's. The temperatures now for Wednesday in the range of 5 to 7 or 8 degrees along the south coast of BC. From central BC to Manitoba, the temperatures will range from 0 to 5. And that is the same range for southwestern Ontario, but from central Ontario into the Ottawa Valley, southern Quebec, the Maritimes, and Newfoundland, temperatures hovering around the freezing mark. And that is the national picture for Wednesday from Canada's Weather Network.
On the Weather Network, your local forecast is our first priority. Our team of meteorologists work around the clock, updating your local forecast continuously. That's why they're scheduled on the ones at 1, 11, 21, 31, 41, and 51 minutes past each and every hour. Your detailed local forecast, a convenient part of the Weather Network schedule, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
This Weather Network Traveler's Forecast covers major cities across North America.
The variable skies and cool conditions in southern Quebec and southern Ontario will also affect New England, so the same kind of weather in Boston and New York, with a lesser chance of flurries though, but it's going to be rather chilly in that part of New England, and variable skies in Washington actually. As you get into the American Southeast, high pressure will be the main feature there, and a ridge will also cover most of the American Southwest. A little cloud though in parts of the American South, affecting mainly Texas. And that system that's been continue to affect south coastal regions of BC will also give some showers to places like Seattle and Portland, Oregon. On the prairies, we'll have a frontal zone moving across Alberta and Saskatchewan for the first half of the day, but it should be mainly sunny in the afternoons. That means Manitoba will be cloudy. There's a warm front giving cloudy conditions now, and with that second system coming in, a rather cloudy day. But the temperatures are quite pleasant across the prairies, rather chilly in northwestern Ontario, and as mentioned, unsettled weather again for the rest of Ontario, the Ottawa Valley, southern Quebec, and the Maritimes suffering from the same sort of unstable air. Let's take a look at detailed forecast. If you're traveling to Atlantic Canada Wednesday, it will be a windy, cold day in the Maritimes with temperatures well below normal. There'll be a mix of sun and cloud with scattered flurries. In Newfoundland, temperatures will be falling. Travelers to southern Ontario Wednesday can expect cloudy skies, occasional sunny breaks, and isolated snow flurries. However, snow squalls will continue east of Lake Huron and Georgian Bay. Isolated flurries are also forecast for southern Quebec. Above seasonal temperatures can be expected Wednesday in both Manitoba and Saskatchewan. Southern Manitoba will see variable skies in the morning with increasing afternoon cloudiness, while the cloud cover in Saskatchewan will diminish during the day. In Alberta, Wednesday skies will be variable, and in Calgary it will be less windy. Along the south coast of BC, morning showers will give way to a mix of sun and cloud during the afternoon, although there will still be scattered showers. If you're traveling to the northeastern U.S. Wednesday, it will be cool and windy under a mix of sun and cloud in Boston, New York, and Washington. In the lower Great Lakes region, temperatures will be returning to normal in Chicago. For travelers to the southeastern U.S. Wednesday, it will be sunny in Atlanta with just a few clouds in southern Florida. However, along the Gulf Coast and through Texas, temperatures will range up to 5 degrees below normal. And skies will be mainly sunny Wednesday in the U.S. Southwest. Although San Francisco will see increasing afternoon cloudiness, temperatures will still be below normal in Las Vegas.
If you see or experience unusual or severe weather conditions, the Weather Network would like to hear from you. Use our toll-free service to report what you've seen. If you captured the images on home video, let us know by calling the Storm Line at 1-800-463-WIND. Remember, never place yourself in a position that compromises personal safety. Storm Line on the Weather Network, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. On the Weather Network, your local forecast is our first priority. Our team of meteorologists work around the clock, updating your local forecast continuously. That's why they're scheduled on the ones at 1, 11, 21, 31, 41, and 51 minutes past each and every hour. Your detailed local forecast, a convenient part of the Weather Network schedule, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.